Hi everyone, Evrengost here, and today we're talking about one of my favorite RPG subgenres, CRPGs. If you're anything like me, you've been craving that classic, deep, choice and consequence driven RPG experience. You know, the kind that truly lets you roleplay and feel the weight of your decisions. Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into Sector Unknown, an upcoming isometric RPG from Creative Storm Entertainment, a single developer, that I think is looking incredibly promising. Drawing inspiration from titans like the first two Fallout games, and even modern classics such as Wasteland 3, Colony Ship, and the Pathfinder CRPGs, Sector Unknown promises a sprawling sci-fi adventure where your choices really matter. To me, it also captures that raw and unsettling feeling from sci-fi movie classics like Alien or 2001 Space Odyssey, plus the ethical conundrums of the TV series The Expanse. The developer was kind enough to reach out to me via the channel's official email and offer a key for the entire game, not just the prologue that's now available as a demo. This is the nearly complete version that will hit early access in July. I've already spent about 10 hours with it, and I'm genuinely excited about its potential. Let's break it down. So, what exactly is Sector Unknown, besides an isometric, story-rich CRPG? You start off as a convict on a prison ship, heading straight for a null sector of space. A rogue AI helps you escape captivity, and you both crash land on a desolate planet of this sector. This region is a pure wild frontier, heavily exploited by a tyrannical megacorporation, aptly called Star Frontier. You'll soon discover they completely abandoned the sector and its people because the company board decided costs had outweighed potential income. But now, Star Frontier has suddenly returned, mysteriously intent on killing everything that moves, seemingly to start anew. Your grand mission is to unite the various planets and factions in this sector and resist the corporate-induced extinction hanging over your heads. The ambition here is immediately apparent. And what's life without a little ambition? We're not just talking about one big map, we're talking about multiple unique planets, each with its own factions, story arcs, and secrets that weave into the larger narrative. Every planet is composed of a few areas, each one representing a point of interest. They go from settlements to merchants to crashed ships. From the desolate starting world of Maku to the harsh deserts of Nabi and the oceanic planet of Shio, I hope I say them right, the variety looks incredibly promising. There are 5 planets you can visit, and you can manually fly your ship from planet to gas giant moons, travel to individual stellar systems, and strip those rocks of their resources. Thankfully, no minigame like in Mass Effect 2. You can even face some not-so-friendly or weird space encounters. Now, let's talk about the beating heart of any good RPG, its systems. Player choice and consequence are paramount, and this is where Sector Unknown truly shines. I've been slaughtering pirates as well as making deals with Mad Max-like marauders, all in the name of survival. From the moment you create your character, you're making meaningful decisions. You choose your origin, your personality trait, and then dive deep into a robust character creation system with 6 main attributes: strength, coordination, vision, speed, aggression, intelligence. You also have a wide array of skills, from scientific skills like engineering, biology, and computers, to larceny to open locks and deceive, and social skills like intimidation and persuasion. If you want to talk your way out of a sticky situation, possibly avoiding combat altogether, pump points into persuasion or even intimidation. If you prefer to hack your way through obstacles, engineering, computers, and larceny are your friends. The game truly embraces the idea that there are multiple ways to approach challenges, with the potential of making each playthrough feel distinct. This can be a huge win for replayability. Combat is turn-based and tactical, reminiscent of classic RPGs. You'll need to consider positioning, action points, and the unique abilities of your squad, because you're going to, let's say, recruit locally. While I'd say combat is functional, it's also one of the areas the developer is actively refining, as is typical with pre-release titles. In this version of the game, every enemy seems to be vastly over-leveled, which I imagine will change in the future. We also have different weapons and a few armors we can use, along with installing upgrade modules to enhance your skills. We can also upgrade skills by reading instructional datapads. On Steam, the prologue playable in the demo currently boasts a strong positive rating, with 97% 90% of reviews being positive. Also, the developer is actively engaging with the public before its official early access release. I think players will love the deep character building, the promise of a compelling story, and the overall capturing of that classic isometric RPG charm. There are also very interesting features like base building, a crafting system, and the intriguing war score mechanic. This system tracks your preparedness against the mega corporation, adding a strategic layer to the rebellion. Think of it as if Mass Effect 3's war assets had the baby with Warhammer 40k Rogue Traders colony management. For now, it's relatively simple, but it has potential to grow in the future. Crucially, the developer, Creative Storm Entertainment, has been incredibly responsive. They're actively engaging with player feedback, squashing bugs, and implementing quality of life improvements based on community input. I've had this game installed for a couple of weeks now, and on average, there is an update every couple of days. This level of dedication is always a huge positive sign for an early access game. There is also a roadmap for early access, showing that there is a plan behind this game. Now, as with any titles in this development stage, Sector Unknown is not without its rough edges. The game can lag when highlighting interactable objects on the map. The pathfinding isn't always the best, and movement would definitely benefit from a hold left click to move option. Minor UI and quality of life tweaks are still ongoing, things like contrast in menus or in the combat log. And yes, you might encounter the occasional bug or crash, but again, this is par for the course with this stage, and the developer is actively on top of it. The good news is that many of these points are already been addressed, and the full early access launch is targeted for July 16th. So, if this sounds like your kind of game, make sure to wishlist it, try the demo, and give feedback. All in all, Sector Unknown is shaping up to be a really promising sci-fi RPG. If you're a fan of classic RPGs, deep player choice, and a rich, evolving world, then this is absolutely one to keep on your radar. The game's overall size isn't massive, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Many players can feel overwhelmed by a 100-hour CRPG. I want to make more CRPG content on the channel, and that's one of the reasons why I accepted the Sector Unknown's key. The developer, in the email he sent me, specified the main story should be around 10 to 15 hours. However, from what I've played, I think I could easily reach 20 if you want to fully explore and do everything. At the moment, I have no information on a price tag, but I imagine it won't be very high. It shouldn't change from early access to full release, and the early access period should last from 4 to 6 months. The dedication from the developer and the quite positive early buzz suggest we could have a little gem on our hands. So, have you played the prologue? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this overview, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more RPG content. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.